This summer I worked for the St. Louis Initiative.
This summer I interned at Pathways to Independence.
I interned with Creative Reaction Lab.
I was fortunate to volunteer or intern with the Spot.
I worked with CJ Immigration, and it's an immigration law firm located on Cherokee Street.
I oversaw 2 programs and I led youth events.
One of the projects I got to work on with the Spot was a data analysis project, and I was looking at data from patients and clients at the Spot who had been using PrEP for HIV prevention, and I got to see this analysis of data to see clients that followed through with this PrEP regimen, like getting started on the medication, following through after 3 or 6 months. And that experience of working with data and using data to inform health practices and policies is something that I'm really interested in doing in the future. So I'm really glad that I got that experience this summer to kind of kickstart my passion and interest for doing that.
So I think the biggest thing is that I've wanted to go into occupational therapy for the past few years, but a lot of it's been theoretical, like through studies and just talking to people. I hadn't really had any shadowing experience with occupational therapy or anything like that. And Pathways was the first opportunity I had not only to work with the populations that I hope to work with in the future, but also kind of transition what I thought occupational therapy was and could be. So usually I imagine myself in a hospital setting, but after this summer, I definitely want to be more involved in the community and have a more community-based setting.
The Goldman program allowed us to have one of their 14 fantastic interns this summer and was fully funded by Gephardt, which meant so much to us as a small nonprofit.
This internship and after my summer experience, it gave me more direction, I want to say. Now I more so know what I want to do moving forward, and it informed what I need to do to get to the point that I want to go.
I just learned a ton, and I'm so appreciative for how much I learned and how much mentorship I got.
It was enhancing almost to work with Paola, because we were able to teach them a little bit, but also they were able to bring a lot of their skills to us, which was extremely helpful and necessary for us to do what we do.
Ronelle did so much more than just shadow us at her internship. She was out in the field with us every day, working directly with participants and creating and implementing some new programming that came directly from her unique perspective.
From the beginning, it was always about what I think, my opinions, how I think Pathways can improve, things that Pathways thinks that I can improve on as I'm working through the summer.
And I think that it makes a really big difference when an intern can be supported not only emotionally and physically, but monetarily as well. I just think that is something that not a lot of people get. And I loved the check-ins that we did as well with the Institute. I think that was really helpful. So it felt extremely supportive. And I think that that's really necessary for an intern to do the work that they do, especially for a grassroots organization like SQSH.
My favorite part of Goldman Fellows as a whole was the cohort experience. Outside of my internship with the Spot, I loved getting to know different people at WashU that I don't think I would have met outside of this program, and really getting to see their experiences at their internships and how that influenced what their future directions would be and having those conversations together was probably the most meaningful part.
Every opportunity to engage, especially outside of WashU, is always really informative. To know the city that you're in, I've really got to know St. Louis better and know the people here, and I always appreciate that. Now I have friends here who don't go to WashU, which is nice to say, and it makes me feel like I'm actually involved in the community that I'm living in.
If I had to say my experience in one word, it would be transformative.
In one word, it would be insightful.
Encouraging.
Enriching.
If I could describe my summer experience in one word, it would be opportunity.